about thy will be done, not mine. So that's not going to appeal to any egoed out freaks that want to do all the shit themselves, which I am one. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't appeal to me. It doesn't appeal to me. It's not something I groove on. I don't groove on it. I'm a natural person, a person of the world. I have these natural inclinations to do shit myself. I want to get in there and do the thing. You see what I'm saying? So it's not going to appeal to the ego at all. You gotta come to terms with the fact that it's God's will, not yours. Because I understand it, because I have a strong drive and a strong desire to be hooked up, I can slow that ego down a little bit and get it to where I get my will out of the way, and God has fixed it so that my will has been able to get more and more and more and more to the background. But man, my will jumps in there as much as it humanly possibly can. It's just that's the way we're made up. We're made up that way. We're made up to want to do stuff. You know, it's hard to stop somebody from doing things. It's hard to stop somebody from wanting to control, from wanting to do it his way. I did it my way. Yeah, I mean, it's a fucking anthem. I did it my way. You see what I'm saying? So God's will, not yours. It's not. That's the most fucking unpopular thing you could tell anybody, except the guy that's interested, the guy that really wants to know what's going on. Now that guy, he's not offended as much as most other people would be, including myself when I first started out. You see what I mean? Now, the second thing is just as bad. It's just as bad. The second thing, they call it good news. I always like to touch on this. I don't know who the fuck they're talking about good news to, because this is not good news to anybody with an ego, by the way. I just want to let you know. This is the worst fucking news you could tell somebody with an ego. Okay? So this is only good news if you're talking about a guy that has been called by God and God wants to find that guy. Then it's good news. Because that guy is going to want to try to gravitate towards how to find out what's really happening. You see? And so in that sense, that would be good news for that guy. So the second thing, try to get this. No relationship you have on this planet, anywhere in the whole entire fucking universe, no relationship is more important than the one you got with God. That's why the first commandment is, thou shalt have no other God before me. I'm the God. In other words, the God of Abraham is talking. The God that made the universe says, you're not going to have any other God before me. That's the first commandment. Nothing else is more important than me. No other God. You could drink beer. You could get involved with compulsive behavior. You could do all that shit as long as you don't put it before God. You don't have any other God before God. And so therefore, you could be as fucked up as you want to be. If you've got God first, God will take care of the fact that you've got a couple of things that don't function correctly, like we all do. I'll be the first to admit, I'm one of the most fucked up people you'll ever know. You see what I'm saying? I'm one of the most tweaked out, fucked up human beings walking around the face of the earth. But I'm not worried about it. Why? Because I already know that that's a condition of being human, and I already know that if I'm going to resolve that hang-up, I got a lot of choices. Like I said, I could be a Scientologist. I could be a Buddhist. I could go to a fucking psychiatrist. I could meditate myself into a fucking stupor. I could do all kinds of shit. But I found out that really Christianity is already addressing that aspect, and this is how it addresses it. There is no other God before God, so therefore, no matter what you're doing, the fact that God's first will get everything else you're doing slowed down.